Hello, loved ones. So I just finished editing my latest podcast episode. Um, it is titled, oh God, what was it? Your recovery story is inspiring, or something like your inspiring recovery story, and the secret to sobriety, something along those lines. But in it, I was talking about a lot of things, but you know, our own story is pretty inspiring, meaning your story is inspiring. It's probably, you've been through a lot of stuff, So we always kind of go outside ourselves looking for inspiration and looking for things like that. And that's all fine. I mean, it's fine. I mean, we love to hear stories of success stories, especially when it's in the recovery community and all that. And we go to meetings and someone will share, and it's great to hear other people share their stories for a couple of reasons. One is because, especially for someone who is new to sobriety, and a lot of times, if they're doing it right, they have cut ties with all the people that they used to use with. So, in a lot of cases, and a lot of times, you find yourself in a position where you don't have any friends, right? You don't have anyone you can talk to. So, you go to meetings, and that's good. I mean, that's very good. Um, but again, there you still got. It's kind of like when if you go to jail, it's like, oh, good, you're gonna put a bunch of addicts and drug dealers all in a room together. What could go wrong, right? So all they're going to do is come out of here with new customers and or new connections to get dope with, but whatever. But I'm not a big go to meeting guy. Although I think having a very strong support is vitally important, because I mean, for the obvious reasons. I mean, and if you're doing sobriety correctly, you have deleted every single number out of your phone that could even remotely put you in contact with drugs, right? You are all the people, and I know there's some good people. I had a lot of great friends, good people. They're addicts, but you got to cut those ties. I mean, you just have to, right? I'm not telling you anything you don't already know, but I was talking about how your story is inspiring. Most likely, you've been through some pretty harrowing shit, and it's just don't. If we're looking outside ourselves for inspiration, you don't have to do that. You don't have to look very far at all. Because if you really stop and look at at all the odds that you've beat just to get to this point, right? If you look at all the crap, the dope sickness, rehab, maybe jail or worse, right? I mean, there's a lot of stuff you've had to overcome to get to this point, and it's inspiring. And when you think about it that way, it kind of makes you want to build on that record, right? It's almost like how you're counting your days down. It's like I couldn't wait to get to 30 days sober, and then 60, and then I wanted to hit 100, And once I hit 100 days sober, that was pretty amazing. I mean, that's an achievement. Every single day, especially early on, every single day. Sometimes it's minute to minute, but you can do it. And once you've done it, your own story is like, wow. I mean, it's pretty inspiring, right? So that's all I'm really kind of getting at is when you want to build off your own story, right? Your own story is inspiring enough, and also like what I talk about in the podcast a lot is momentum. Is like when we get sober, you're already, just by virtue of getting sober, you've already built an immense amount of momentum in your life just by getting off of dope. That is, you're shooting up out of the bowels of hell at Mach 2 or whatever you want to call it. You know, I think in the podcast I usually say at warp speed. But you're shooting up out of rock bottom at warp speed. That you have a shitload of momentum already built up, growing in your life, right? You know, it's almost it's enviable. Is that a word? Sure, we'll go with it. It's almost enviable. I don't know, but anyway, it's like normies, people who, and if you're a normie, thank you for watching. Please subscribe. But normies, I mean, really, it's something to admire. It's like, well, I hate that you had to go through, you know, years of addiction and all the crap that goes with all that. But I mean, it's just to kind of take advantage of the situation. For a normie, they have to build momentum. You know, if they're trying to do something positive with their life, they got to build momentum. And then momentum creates more momentum, and eventually, you know, like the snowball effect, right? Well, when we get sober, it's from like 0 to 60, like that. So we've already got a crap load of momentum going in our life. And that's great because you can ride that momentum and do amazing things in a short amount of time. Because most people have to build momentum and it takes some time. It doesn't have to. That's getting into a whole other subject of whether or not, you know, we can get into our state of being and all that. But this is more of an encouraging thing I'm trying to give you here. Don't sell yourself short. Your own story is inspiring enough. And you've got enough momentum built in your life right now to continue doing amazing things. Getting sober is amazing. It really is. Maintaining it is amazing as well. What else can you do? I mean, hell, before you got sober, when you were in active addiction, you didn't have anything. So what do you got to lose? Go for it. Start a business. Start something. I mean, if you're an artist, start whatever it is an artist doing. Start creating art. Or it doesn't matter what it is. Whatever your passion is, chase it. Well, so what if you fail at it? But you won't. But it's like, okay, I mean, no matter what, I'm still a lot better off than I was. And I've got all this momentum, all these wins just racking up. Wins. Every day is a win when you're sober. It's like, okay, day 5, day 6, right? You hit that day 30 mark and you're really feeling it. You're rolling now, right? You're really freaking moving. That's the momentum I'm talking about. Use that to catapult your life into amazing things and be inspirational for other people. Be inspirational for yourself because you've done something that was pretty awesome. That's all I got. So anyway, loved ones, I love you. This is Matt Stevens. Please subscribe, please like, and all that good stuff. And the podcast is, I'm going to have this newest episode up here, I don't know, in a little bit, an hour or so. I'm not sure. I'm waiting for Kitty to get home now. And after that, I don't know what we're going to do. But anyway, I love you. And keep rolling and keep riding the wave. And I will be back directly.